everyone, welcome to Channeling Love. I'm Diane and this is today's angel message. I'm going to start by just choosing a couple of cards from the tarot just to give us some really strong direction for today's message. So I'm just asking, where are we? Where are we today? What's happening? What do we need to know? What do we need to know? What's happening? Where do we find ourselves at this point? Okay, I've just heard stop. Ooh, just felt almost a bit dizzy. I hope everyone's okay out there. Okay, so King of Swords and the Hermit together. So I would say about this that this is a day for very, very, very clear thinking, because we've got the Hermit, which is about going inwards, secrets, following the inner light, inner direction. Sometimes it's about shielding things before we reveal them to the world. Sometimes it's about just trusting ourselves, trusting our sense of what's right, you know, that Virgo energy, of just really taking time to hone things in secret, studying things in great detail with great perfectionism, but also having to think our way through into a really, really clear path and a clear way ahead. So lots of decision-making energy is what I'm feeling. Trying to make wise decisions, trying to operate from a place of wisdom and intelligence as well, divine intelligence, trying to be really, really clear. I'm going to pick one more card from the deck to see what all of this internalization and this mental, all these processes are about. Okay, Ten of Pentacles. So a lot of strategizing about how to achieve wealth, about how to build your empire, about how to build, you know, a secure, strong foundation. For some people, it is literally about a legacy, about maybe an inheritance, about decisions that need to be made, about that kind of legacy that is imminent. You know, you're about to receive something and there are decisions to be made, and maybe there is some sort of person in a position of authority and strength who is having to help you to make these decisions, or trying to help you to think your way through, you know, what's going to happen next, and who does what when and who gets what and all of those things. But from the spiritual perspective, it can very much be about going inside and trusting your inner wisdom to allow you to be guided to make the right decisions, to create a successful undertaking and a successful path that will allow you to leave your creative or spiritual legacy on this earth, and to be able to live well and without any worries about how you're going to receive support as you fulfill your mission. So that's really, really important thinking that needs to get done today. So I'm also going to ask now, Spirit, what else do we need to know in the collective about how to create that legacy, about how to do the work we came here to do, about how to achieve material success and support as we do our work, because we all need to eat, we all need to keep a roof over our heads, and we all have dreams about greater things, plans, ideas, things we want to contribute. So what's the key to that, Spirit, today? What we need to know today? You cast a spell with your existence. Okay, so we've had this card before and it means different things in different contexts. And I'm going to say that in that context, what it means is that it's important for us to remember that by being here, we are already achieving something. That's one meaning. But not only that, we are able to create out of nothing. We are, you know, most of us are aware of that now. Things don't automatically fall into place with the law of attraction. It's not that simple. It's not always that straightforward. And yet sometimes it is. So what are those times? What are those times when it is really straightforward? Could it be that some of the thinking is about making sure that you find the right path, making sure that you're following following up on the right initiatives, because when you do, you sometimes find that you can create miracles seemingly out of thin air. And yet when we make I'm not going to say a wrong turn, because there aren't really wrong choices, but sometimes we make a choice that all the energy isn't behind, it's not completely in integrity. We haven't completely integrated it into our being as something that the higher self would approve of or would guide us to do. So it's not really on our true path. Sometimes that doesn't always work out. So this thinking, going back to the drawing board, gaining that clarity to build that legacy, it's important to remember that sometimes when we really make the right choices, it almost seems as if you hardly have to do anything. Yes, we always have to put work in. That's not what I'm saying. But in terms of the forces of change and of opportunity and possibility beginning to work with us, it's much easier to work our magic when we're operating from a place of clarity and strength and rightness, the right choice. Yes? So I'm going to choose a card now. Just going to do a 1, 2, or 3. A quick pick a card for how each group can fulfill their destiny and leave a great legacy. Oh, been told stop. So if you want to, you can just stop the video for a minute and tune in, connect with your guides, and ask your guides, am I 1, 2, or 3? Do I belong to group 1, 2, or 3? Oh, I know, I'm just going to share with you today. So I've just chosen group 2. Just saw a great big 2 dropping down. So how can we achieve our legacy? How can we go forward in the most productive and effective way at this time? Find our truth, express our truth, and achieve great things. So for group number 1, the time for romance has come. So this could be you reconnecting with the romance of what you do, whether you're doing something that you're really in love with. What are you really, truly in love with? Have you lost touch with that sense of the thing that you really, really love? Have you been, drawn into doing something that's a bit more like what you feel you should do because it makes more sense? It would be more sensible at this time. And you've somehow let go of the thing that you wake up thinking about every day, that you feel frustrated if you don't get to do that thing, to be in the presence of that thing. Finding the romance again, yes, the romance within your mission, within your vision, the thing that you really want to do. It might even be a case that you are doing what you really want to do, what you set out to do, but there are aspects of your business or your goals or your creative endeavours that are not the things that you thought you would be doing when you came up with the vision initially. So where is the joy? Where is the love? Where is the romance to be found? Where is that pure bliss to be found? For some of you, it's actually, it says the time for romance has come. See it as an opportunity for a radiant life. For some of you, you can take this literally. For some of you, you're working too hard. And it's time to just step back a little bit and have more time for play. Maybe more time for romance with a special person. Maybe it's time to invite a special person into your life rather than being so singularly focused on achieving that goal. Maybe it's something that you will do with someone else, in a kind of a romantic partnership with, someone who is a soulmate in that respect. Okay, so that's that for group 2, that's your answer. Group 1, that's your answer. Group 2. Flames of desire. Let them shine out in radiant light and shun dark paths. Right, that makes so much sense. So this is very much about allowing, it's a bit like the hermit energy again, following that divine light completely and totally, trusting the inner journey, trusting the inner light, trusting what you're absolutely passionate about every day. It's not the thing that you quite like to do or the thing that other people have always told you you're really gifted at, or the thing that you enjoy doing and it's sort of fun. It's not that. This is very serious. This is a deeply ingrained passion that's in your DNA. So, you know, you might think that you're great at, I don't know, something just really cool and creative, and yet the thing that obsesses you, that takes up all your space, your mental space, and the thing that you're really passionate about, the thing that comes back time after time, the thing that you do without trying, that you do for free, is something else completely. You know, maybe it's a spiritual journey, maybe it's something else, you know, that you love exploring. Maybe you're obsessing over certain types of videos on YouTube, and you know, the thing that you thought you loved doing, you don't really spend that much time thinking about it. It's more like, I should do it because I'm good at it. So this is about burning off all those other paths, burning your bridges, as Tony Robbins would say. Yes. So let your flames of desire shine out in radiant light and shun dark paths. I would say not just shun dark paths, but burn off all the other possibilities for a while. This doesn't mean that you only ever have to do one thing, but it could be that it's time to commit to one thing and allow that to be, you know, just this total passion, all-consuming passion that it wants to be within you. Okay, and the final card for group number 3, how is group number 3 going to live their legacy, create their legacy? What is the clear thinking, the clear path? What is the inner light, the inner journey, and the true path for group number 3? It's, a difficult path is being revealed. So this doesn't mean things are going to be difficult. It's not a prediction. This isn't a prediction. This is guidance. So it could be that this is something that appears to be difficult. And I'm going to shuffle for some more cards for group 3, because that's not a card you necessarily want to be left with. But there's, you know, we are too afraid of difficulty. It's almost as if, you know, we don't want to be challenged anymore. Sometimes things are a little bit difficult at first. That could just mean you have to work a bit harder to set things up. It could just mean that there are things that you have to do to get things moving that will take you slightly out of your comfort zone. Then once you do those things are amazing. You have a really strong motivation, a really strong reason to do something that seems initially to be a little bit difficult, but that could be the key, the secret to things opening up and blossoming for you, group number 3. Okay, so let's see what else is here, because this will be right under that card. Follow your vision. So group number 3, I'm going to say you are a group who has a huge vision, and it could be that is the difficulty, that you get scared by the dream that you have. You get scared by the thing that you want to do, because sometimes it just seems too huge and you lack belief. You know, you falter at the final stages of actually bringing it out into the world time and time again. But the key to your success is to follow that vision and to continue to follow it consistently every day, to stop doing this stopping and starting and going backwards and forwards, and to maintain contact with it, mental contact with it, eye contact with it, whatever, any contact with your bigger goal that you possibly can. You need to make that contact and stay in touch with it, and just let it pull you through the doubt, through the fear, through the darkness, through the insecurities. Sorry, my guides are beginning to get really talkative. Through any of the shadows, the old self, the self that is redundant now, the self that no longer has a part to play. And that isn't to say that all parts are not valid, but there are parts of you that have died off, you know, within your consciousness, that you've healed, that you've done the work on those parts, and it's time for you to really let go of them, because what you're living through now could actually be just habitual thinking, habitual lacking of self-belief, and it's time for you to move away from that now and to trust the vision and move towards it. Follow the vision, never lose sight of what is really important. Okay, that's it for today, everyone. I hope you enjoyed that message. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll be back soon. Bye.